A new Rembrandt painting unveiled in Amsterdam this week just might have the tech world buzzing more than the art world. Well, that's because the never-before-seen portrait was actually not created by Rembrandt at all, rather a 3D printer. That's what's so weird here. The new portrait is a product of 18 months of analysis of 346 paintings done by Rembrandt. Close-ups of these paintings were basically scanned. They were made into these 3D models on the computer. And then using artificial intelligence, they basically created a picture that Rembrandt would have painted himself. Now, this isn't a painting that no one's ever seen before. It's not based off another painting that exists. Algorithms and artificial intelligence literally used his same strokes, his same style, in order to create something that he would paint. So it basically, more or less, looks exactly like a Rembrandt that no one's ever seen before, but it was done completely by a computer. It is so cool. Check it out. We have a picture of it. This is the actual painting itself. And if you're an art buff, you might know, and you might look at this and say, wow, that's something that he very well might have painted. And you can go to an art dealer and kind of present him with this and say, this is some unknown thing. Give me $1 million or more than that. Bass Corton. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, so basically this machine can just churn them out. We can just have millions and millions of Rembrandts.
Yeah. That's what's so crazy here. And I have a quote from Bass Corton. He's the creative director of the firm that was behind this. Well, he was one of the many people, because it was scientists, all sorts of different people, tech people, artists themselves that all came together on this project. He's one of them. Here's what he said. A computer learned with artificial intelligence how to recreate a new Rembrandt right eye. And we did that for all facial features. And after that, we assembled those facial features using the geometrical dimensions that Rembrandt used to use in his own work. Okay, so I know this is a lot of information here, a lot of 3D confusing stuff, but you get what I'm saying, right? Using algorithms and his style, they made a theoretical Rembrandt painting that looks just like the real thing.
Sure. What's interesting, though, is that that painting doesn't actually exist already. This is a brand new, it's not like a copy of an old Rembrandt. Right. This is a new type, just in his style, and that's exactly what fraudsters do. Forgers, you know, they will try to forge something, but they'll create a new, undiscovered piece of work. They won't just copy something else. So obviously this makes you think about forgeries and fraud. Usually when they're trying to verify a painting, though, they look at the materials as the first point of call. They look at the type of oil used, the type of canvas used. I'm imagining if it comes from a machine that these things would vary, these types of oils and things. So I imagine that, you know, people in the art world could still tell that this wasn't a real Rembrandt, but obviously a very beautiful piece of work to put on someone's wall.
That's for sure. Well, at least not yet, right? I think you're right. I think a real expert would be able to tell, okay, this was done. They probably wouldn't say this was done by a 3D printer. They would say, you know, someone forged this. It's not the real thing. They could tell. But we have to understand, we're still in the infancy of this technology, right? This 3D printers have not been around for very long, or at least the way that we're using them now. So think about in 5 or 10 years from now. I mean, you're not going to be able to know the difference, and I think that's so cool. More importantly, you don't have to go and get your portrait done by anyone. I could sit at my house and get like 100 portraits of myself done and then put them on all the walls in my house, you know? Oh, I need that angle. Go into the computer, change it. Oh, wait, I need that angle. Oh, wait, I need me on the beach, you know? I need me with like another me and another me, you know, a whole family of me.
I'm pretty sure that's what the guy had in mind when he designed this. But I'm sure there are other legitimate uses other than just forgeries, creating forgeries. For example, if you had a piece of artwork of your own destroyed, let's say in a fire, I'm sure you could then recreate it. So I imagine that this individual, he's not going around admitting that his equipment can be used for fraudulent reasons. I imagine that there are beneficial reasons, legitimate reasons that he would create something like this as well.
There are better reasons, like making portraits of yourself and then putting them in your house. Well, I think this is really cool. The fact that this wasn't done, you know, by a forger. This was only done by a 3D printer, which in itself is pretty nuts. This was done using artificial intelligence, making a theoretical Rembrandt that doesn't even exist in the first place. What the hell?